start na. Okay? I hope hindi tayo nalilate. Alright, so once again, welcome sa Social Science Majorship Discussion. Nasa Discussion 4 na po tayo. Alright, so this is Gurography. Okay, brought to you by Miss Karen Faye. Alright, Char. Okay, may pa-miss pa ako. Alright, so before we start sa mga questions, muna tayo, magkaroon muna tayo ng review, okay? If maalala nyo, okay? Ito yung galing sa discussion natin nung last time, okay? Yung part 3. All right. So beginning or formation stage of a business, okay? Is it initial costing or conceptualization? All right. So ilagay niyo po yung number. Hindi na, not number. Ilagay niyo na lang yung for example, pag initial costing ilagay niyo IC. Ganon. Pag conceptualization, pwede niyo ilagay con, ganon. Okay, yung color. Okay, yung color. Alright. So, ano yung beginning or formation stage of a business? Alright. So, you can answer. Okay? Ayan. Yung mga yung mga enrollees ko sa social science major, nagtiyaga talaga sila kasi medyo finigure out ka pa how to do the live dun sa YouTube, and now it's okay na, 'di ba? Okay? So, ano pa yung sagot nyo? Nalilate po kasi sa YouTube. Okay? So, you have, magtsaga-tsaga na lang po kayo dito sa TikTok. Okay? Ano pa sagot nyo? YouTube, guys? Alright? YouTube, guys? Alright, I see. Okay. Is it? Sino yung nag-I see? Hindi nakinig. Alright. Okay. Good evening. Late pala kayo, no? Alright. So, okay. Alright, very good. Yes, it's conceptualization. Okay, 'di ba? Yung conceptualization, iniisip mo pa lang kung ano yung negosyo na gusto mo. Okay, is it coffee shop? Mga ganon. Okay? Alright. Yung initial costing nasa operation, pag nag-ooperate ka na, tsaka ka mag-iisip, alright? Or end, okay? Alright, next. Yeah, so tama, conceptualization. Okay, well, sabi ko na nga ba, wala kasi sa discussion. You see what happens if you, naks! Nagalit si teacher. Alright, okay. Next, the literacy in the Philippines is highest in Asia or highest in Southeast Asia. Okay, so you can put the even the kahit yung yung color, okay? Pangit pala yung All right? Okay, very good. Yes. Okay, of course Southeast Asia, okay? Although 'di ba, ang sinabi ko last time is pag i-research nyo, kasama lang ang Pilipinas talaga sa top 5, okay? Brunei being the first one, okay? Pero yan, nagpapalit-palit naman kasi yan, di ba? At least, mas malaki yung chance natin na highest tayo sa Southeast Asia kesa Asia, alright? Maalala nyo pa ba kung ano yung country na may highest literacy sa Asia? Maalala nyo pa ba? Oh, 'di ba? May recap na ako, 'di ba? Ang dali kong magbago. 'Di ba? Siyempre pa-improve tayo ng pa-improve, okay? And dapat yung improvement mabilis, alright? Okay. Ano yung maalala nyo ba? Kung ano yung country? It starts with you. With you. It starts with you. Okay, hindi po India, alright? Nakakabasa na rin ako. It starts with you. Sa Asia lang po, Asia. Ay, paluin kita. Bakit may USA? Ay, nako. Hindi po. Ukraine is Uzbekistan. Very good. Okay. Yan. Very good. Okay. Uzbekistan. Yes. Brunei is in Southeast Asia. Yun yung number 1, di ba? Pero pag sa Asia, Uzbekistan. Alright. Very good. Very good. Next. Yes, Southeast. Alright, hindi ko pala rine-reveal. Okay, neoclassical development theory. Okay, so ito yung mga different theories of development. Okay, sino yung proponent? Is it Robert Solow or Walt Rostow? Okay, pwede niyong ilagay yung ano lang, RS for Robert Solow or the WR for ano. Okay, neoclassical. Uy, lumalabas to ha. Lumalabas to. Okay. Kung lumabas itong neoclassical development theory actually nung September 2025. Okay, neoclassical development theory. Sino? Sino? I. I. Okay. Nalilate tayo masyado. Alright. Okay, very good. Yes, it's Robert Solow. Yes. Kasi si Walt Rostow, dun sa linear naman, di ba? Yung linear theory. Di ba? Yung sinasabi niya na lahat ng bansa dumadaan sa 5 stages bago umunlad. Di ba? Magsisimula sa agricultural muna siya, yung mga ganun-ganon. Okay, so it is Solow. Okay, very good, very good. Laban, laban. Okay, ito kasi nagka-anuhan eh. Anong last time? Okay, so gusto ko pa ring explain para mas maintindihan. All right, surveying 1,000 adults about their current diet and exercise habits. Okay, is it cross-sectional or trend study? Okay. Very good. Lumalaban ng Team YouTube. Go. Okay. Very good. Mhm. Mr. Hiroto. Oh, you're so good, Mr. Hiroto. All right. So ano to? Ano siya? Surveying 1,000 adults about their current diet. Yung current diet nila. All right? Is it CS na cross-sectional or is it trend study? Okay? Is it trend study? Okay. Very good. Okay, yes, it's cross-sectional. Okay. So, ito yung pagkakaiba niyan, okay? Tingnan niyo po, ang sabi po niya ay current diet, okay? Pag sinasabi mong current diet, is it ano, fina-follow mo ba yung mga participants for a long time or one time lang, a single point in time lang, okay? Pag sinabi mong current, okay? Yes, very good. Okay. So, pag sinabi mo kasing current, single point in time lang yan. And that is an element of cross-sectional. Okay? Di ba yung trend study kasi, gusto nating tignan yung patterns. Okay? Yung trend. Okay? And you cannot do that if one time mo lang silang ifa-follow. Okay? So, dapat ifa-follow mo sila multiple point in time. Alright. Yes, over period of time ang trend. Okay, very good. Ang galing ni Mr. Hero. Mr. Hero. Hirono. Alright, so it's cross-sectional. UN headquarters. Saan yung headquarters ng New York, ng UN? Is it New York or The Hague? Okay? Saan ang headquarters ng UN? New York or The Hague? Okay, very good. Buti hindi kayo na bilis na ng galit na galit yung wifi ni Sir Genesis ah. All right. Yes, so it's New York kasi yung question ko last time is saan yung ICJ, and ICJ is in The Hague. Okay? Yan. And then the rest of the principal organs nasa New York. Okay. ICJ po ha. Although, may pagkakaiba po yung ICJ ha at saka ICC. Okay, yung ICC, it's not under UN po yun. Okay, that's an independent under the Rome Statute. All right? But still the ICC is still in The Hague. Okay, ang ICJ, which is a principal organ of UN, is also nasa The Hague. Okay? Yung ICC kasi sila yung independent court na naglilitis sa mga crimes against humanity, 'di ba? Yung ICJ naman, sila yung parang arbitrary, okay, to pag may dispute yung mga different nations. Alright? Okay. Next, a UN principal organ that is not operational. Okay, so linabas ko din to. Is it secretariat or trusteeship? Is it secretariat? Yes, yes, andun siya. Okay, is it secretariat or trusteeship? Okay, very good. Yes, ang galing-galing, ang bilis-bilis pa ng ano ng wifi nila ha. Okay, YouTube guys. YouTube guys, go go go. Okay, yes. So it is trusteeship. Okay, hindi na siya operational pero kasama pa rin siya dun sa sa principal organs, alright? Kasi sa mga bagong aya pa lang ano yung bagong aya? Alright, kasi yung trusteeship hindi na siya operational kasi ah wala nang mga countries na colonized, okay? And that leads to the next question. Okay. Ito yung last country to gain independence from the United Nations trusteeship system. Nabanggit ko to last time. Okay, hindi ko nga lang sinulat pero nabanggit ko. Okay? So wala na yung trusteeship na principal organ kasi etong country na to is na-gain na niya yung independence, alright? Okay? Sabi ko na nga ba, maraming magkakamali dito. Alright, maraming magkakamali dito. At, ligwak nga. ligwak ang team. Ligwak ang team TikTok. Alright? Okay. At ligwak din ang team YouTube. Hindi, Palau. Okay? Palau. Palau yung ah, Palau yung under UN, okay? South Sudan it was not under UN. Okay, which leads to the next question. Okay, last country to gain its independence. Is it Palau or South Sudan? Okay? Last country to gain its independence. Okay, kaya naintindihan ko kung bakit maraming nag-SS. All right? South Sudan na 'yan. So, galit ka? Alright, okay. Ingrown. Siya lang nagpalaw. Alright? Okay? Yes, ang Palau under UN. Okay, very good. So ang sagot ngayon is yung last country to gain its independence is South Sudan. Okay? Kasi yung South Sudan it was not under UN trusteeship kasi hindi naman lahat ng mga colonies, okay, or mga ano is under UN. Okay? There are many factors kung bakit hindi lahat ay under UN. Okay? So tandaan nyo pag under UN trusteeship, yung last country Palau, okay? Pero yung last country to gain its independence in the whole wide world, it's South Sudan. Okay? So, humiwalay siya sa Sudan mismo. Alright. Next. Current world population. Okay, lumabas to nung SPLE. Is it 9.8 billion or 8.1 billion? Ay, alam mo ba't hindi po ma-view sa score sa Macboard? Yung 19th kasi, ito yung may live kasi ako diyan. Okay, but mamaya I will send the scores, okay? Pero panoorin niyo po yung live discussion ko doon, all right? But I will send you later, okay? I-check ko po, okay? Okay? Yes, very good. Yes, so the current world population is 8.1. Okay? Although ang nakalagay talaga ngayon is 8.2. Okay? Pero syempre iba-iba kasi dun sa ano eh. So hanapin niyo na lang yung pinakamalapit. So pag may nakita kayong 8, okay, yun na yun yung piliin nyo, okay? Kasi yung pag nasa 9.9 something na, that is the forecasted, okay? Forecasted population by 2030. Okay? By 2030, 9.8 na po tayo. And then, by 2050, 11 point something na po tayo. Okay? Alright. So, next. Example of deflation. Okay, napaka-importante to sa mga social science major na malaman, okay? Is it 2021, 2022 post-pandemic price surge Okay? Or the Great Depression ng 1930s. Alright? Ano pa yung sagot nyo dyan? Ano pa yung sagot nyo dyan? Paki-heart-heart naman, TikTok. TikTok, guys. Paki-heart-heart. At saka paki-share na din para marami ding maka-avail dito sa free natin. Okay? Alright. Oh, oh. Okay. Alright. Ano ba yung deflation? Ano ba yung deflation? Nag-i-increase ba yung price or bumabagsak yung price? Okay. Ano ba yung deflation? Bagsak or taas? Bagsak or taas ang prices? Okay, very good. Bababa. Yes, bababa. Yung tingnan nyo po, yung 2021, 2022, price surge. Ibig sabihin, umakyat yung presyo. Okay? Umakyat yung presyo. So, kaya kahit hindi nyo po alam yan, di ba? You can still analyze the question, okay? But our answer there is yung Great Depression, okay? Kasi, parang pag bumaba, sabi ko nga, noong last time, na-explain ko, pag bumaba yung presyo, parang ang saya-saya, di ba? O bumaba yung presyo, we can buy, di ba? Pero, yun talaga yung it led to the Great Depression kasi sa pababa pababa yung presyo, yung mga tao they waited and waited, okay? Nasabi, antayin pa nating bumaba hanggang bumaba hanggang sa nagkaroon na ng deflationary spiral, okay? Yon. And then pag once kasi na napunta na ang isang country sa deflationary spiral, it's a loop. Okay, it's a loop and mahirap nang makaalis doon. Okay, so na-explain ko po 'yon sa last na discussion ko. Okay? Yes, pababa ng pababa, 'di ba? Okay, next. Group of people sharing a defining characteristics who experience a common event in a selected period, okay? So napaka-importante yung in a selected period, okay? Is it cohorts or participants? Is it cohort or participants? Mhm. Uy, marami tayong social science major, very good. Yan, kaya na-inspire din ako na na mag-share kahit apart man lang of the video, 'di ba? Okay. All right. Okay, naku, na-restrict na naman tayo. Ewan ko lang kung nakikita nyo pa ba ako TikTok? Na-restrict na naman ako and I don't know why. Wala naman ako nababanggit. Alright, okay, very good. It's cohorts. Yes. Kaya nga 'di ba yung cohort study, okay? So we call it a cohort study kapag yung mga participants mo doon share the same experience, alright? And participants sila na yung mga mga subjects mo. Alright? Okay. Ewan ko kay TikTok. Alright, so we go na to number 1. Okay, ito na to. Alright. So, in the study of social institutions, which studies issues related to kinship created by descent and marriage. Okay, A, social control, B, economic, C, family, and D, society. Okay, ilagay nyo pa yung number. Okay, ilagay nyo pa yung number. Okay, please, ilagay nyo pa yung number. Okay, very good. Yes, of course. Kasi pag sinabi mong kinship, 'di ba? Paano kayo magiging kin? Okay, hindi pwede yung feeling family lang. Okay? Yung kinship, it's either related ka by blood, which is descent, and yung marriage. Okay? So filial, okay? All right. Yan, affinity, 'di ba? So it's family. All right? Hindi na natin kailangang i-explain yan ng bongga. Alam na natin, pag descent and marriage, family na yan. Alright, number 2. The following hold true about the concept of sociology and anthropology as branches of social science, except one. A, they deal with traditional and modern societies. B, they examine how culture and institutions affect human actions. C, they focus on balancing product supply and demand. D, they study social life and culture to understand human behavior. Okay, so parang actually napaka-easy na 'to, 'di ba? Pero hindi ko alam kung bakit Dinadagdag pa nila. Sabagay kung mahihirap naman lahat yung tanong sa major natin, Diyos ko baka lahat tayo bumagsak. Alright. Of course. Okay, yes, of course. Kasi sabi niya, except. Okay, and alam naman natin, ang anthropology is about human. Okay, anything about human. Okay, yung katawan mo, yung biological, yung, how do you call that? Yung physical, di ba? Yung katawan mo, yung pag-iisip mo, yung culture mo. Okay, sakop lahat yan ng anthropology. And yung sociology, syempre, yung relationship natin. Okay, human relationship. Alright, so kung basahin mo A, B, and D, it's all about human and human relationship. So, ang letter C is, siya lang yung naiiba, which is economics. Alright. Very good. Yan na yan. Yung kanina, yung nagtatanong sa social science and social studies. Okay? So, yung social science, very, very broad siya. 'Di ba? It's a field of study and more on in-depth ba? Okay, more on research, yung mga ganon. Yung social studies naman, ito ito yung subject na siya, okay? And usually ang inaaral lang natin doon is yung mga basic at saka yung mga foundation lang, okay? And that is why sa social studies kasama na rin doon yung mga ibang fields ng social science. Okay? Alright. Next. Ito yung bonus question. Okay, lumalabas talaga to. Linagay ko lang kasi connect yon. Okay, connect yan sa question natin para mas madami tayong makuha. Which of the following best describes what anthropology studies? Okay, A, the evolution of human societies and their cultural practices. B, the political systems that organize human communities. C, the biological evolution and physical development of humans over time. D, the distribution of populations in different geographic regions. Alright? Okay. Ay, ay, Diyos ko. Alright. Okay, may naalis pala ako yan, kaya medyo na ano kayo. Alright? Anthropology is about being human. Okay? May naalis ata ako dapat dyan. Alright, being human, pagkatao mo, okay? It's not about society. It's not about, okay? Ano pa sagot nyo dyan? Ano pa sagot nyo dyan? Alright, yes. Okay, it's letter C, okay? Because it belongs to physical anthropology, okay? Yung evolution of human societies, it's more on social dapat may physical anthropology siya dapat diyan, okay? So may pagkakamali din ako kaya medyo nahilo kayo sa A and C, okay? But mas malapit tayo sa biological evolution and physical development of human over time. Kasi, ito yung sa physical anthropology, okay? So, papalitan ko yan sa ano. Alright. Okay. Next, ito naman, lumalabas din to. Okay, so this is a branch of social science. Okay, so what problem arises because people have unlimited wants but unlimited resources? A, inflation. B, scarcity. C, productivity. And D, distribution. Okay, so bakit ko linalagay yung mga bonus question na to? Kasi it's under social science, okay? Alright, and gasgas na rin po to. And of course, pag may unlimited wants, marami kang gusto, pero kulang naman ang resources mo, kulang naman yung pera mo, for example, nagkakaroon siya ng scarcity. Very good. And this field is under what? Okay, under what field of social science? Yung tanong na to. Under what field? Yes, okay. Ang gagaling nyo. Ba't ang gagaling nyo? Okay, ba't ang gagaling nyo? Very good. Economics. Okay, very good. Next, what type of government gives citizens the power to elect their leaders and allows them to participate directly or indirectly in decision making? Okay? A, monarchy. B, dictatorship. C, democracy. And D, oligarchy. Alright, ilagay nyo po yung number para hindi ako mahilo-hilo. Okay, wala pa tayo sa number 5. Okay, lagay nyo na lang BQ. Okay, BQ, bonus question. Alright, very good. Yes, so of course, it is democracy, di ba? Kasi meron silang kasama yung mga tao sa decision making. Alam mo naman, monarchy, di ba? few people, not few people, merong isa, okay, or pag constitutional monarchy, 'di ba? Dalawa kasi 'yan. All right? Pero pag sa halimbawa sa absolute monarchy, iisa lang yung nagde-decide. Yung dictatorship, isa lang din yung nagde-decide, yung dictator. And oligarchy, a few. All right? I think this is very gasgas and we don't have to explain it. Ano? All right, ito naman, which of the follow ito yung tanong na to. Ano naman to? Under which field ng social science? Is it economics? Is it ano, um, uh, is it social psychology? Is it anthropology? No. All right, very good. Yes, political science. Very good. And that is why 'di ba, yung mga cream, 'di ba? Ang mga cream talagang na under social science na 'yan. All right? Okay, ma'am. May YT meron po, gurography. Okay, gurography pa rin po. Okay, very good. Okay, next. Which of the following best illustrates the concept of conformity? Okay, conformity. A teacher designing new classroom rules without asking for students' opinions. B, a student changes their answers to match the group's opinion, even if they believe it's wrong. C, a person starts a campaign to challenge unfair school policies. And D, a leader motivates followers to work harder through rewards. All right? Mhm. Ano ba yung sagot nyo dyan? Conformity. Ano ba yung meaning ng conform? To conform. Nahihiwagaan ako dito sa YouTube. Yung, ang dami nyo tapos biglang bumagsak kayo ng number. Nawawala ba talaga kayo? Or nagre-refresh kayo? Or, mhm. Ano ba yung sagot nyo sa bonus question? Okay. Delay. Delay na naman. Alright. Okay. Go muna kayo sa TikTok, guys, kung delay. Tapos kapag nag-ano na tayo, naghati na tayo, balik na naman kayo sa YouTube. Pag sa exclusive na tayo. Talagang laging delay. Alright? Okay, yes. So, of course, pag sinabi nating conformity, di ba, gusto mong makisama. Okay? So, of course, the answer there is, yung pinapalitan mo yung sagot mo para lang mag-match sa opinion ng group. Okay? Alright. Yung a leader motivates followers to work harder through rewards, that is motivation naman. That is not conformity. Right? Yung a person starts a campaign to challenge unfair school policy, hindi naman yun conformity na. 'Di ba kabaliktaran pa nga ng conformity, gusto mo lumaban sila, 'di ba? Ganyan. Yung letter A teacher designing new classroom rules without asking for students' opinion. Oo, wow. Okay, hindi pa rin yan nagpapakita ng conformity. Okay? Posted po ba lahat ng recorded live nyo sa YT? Yung sa GenEd, ProfEd, posted po lahat. Pero tong social science majorship, paid po kasi dapat to. So, ang pinopost ko lang dito is siguro hanggang number 10 na questions, okay? Number 10 ha, hindi yung mga bonus question. Hanggang sa number 10 na question, pinopost ko, sinishare ko po yan. Okay? Alright. Para naman, it's just fair din naman para sa mga nag-enroll, 'di ba? At nagbayad ng 249. And of course, tulong niyo na rin sa akin 'yon, okay? Sa aking effort. Okay, next, number 3. In teaching David eto, gasto laging lumalabas. In teaching David Durkheim's classification of suicide, what example can we give for altruistic suicide? A, victim of war. B, Japanese harakiri. C, prisoner unable to bear confinement. And D, highly depressed persons. Alright? Ano ang answer nyo? Okay. Ayan. Okay, so nawawala din sa YouTube. Kaya naano ako sa YouTube kasi hindi ko alam kung mag-aantay ako sa sagot nyo or ano. Okay, YouTube guys, punta na muna tayo sa TikTok. Okay? Punta muna tayo sa TikTok. para mas mabilis tayo. And then, pag yung exclusive na tayo, then we go back to YouTube. Ha? Alright. Is it okay? Alright. Bakit? Ayan, okay. So, of course, ang sagot dyan ay Japanese harakiri. Okay, so, i-explain ko mamaya kung bakit Japanese harakiri. Although, alam natin, agad-agad di ba? Automatic kasi yan gas-gas na tanong to and alam natin na Japanese harakiri. But, we have to understand the concept. Alright? Okay. So, ito muna. Ito yung ano niya, yung typology of suicide by Emily Durkheim. Okay. So, dito sa left, yung nakikita nyo dito, alright? Dito sa left, two less. Okay? Dito sa right, kung sa right nakikita nyo. And then, dito sa part na to, it's too much. Okay? And then, pagdating dito sa taas, it's integration. And then, integration meaning relationship mo sa society. Okay? And then, tong regulation, okay, it's about social norms, yung mga rules, laws, pwedeng ganon. Alright. So, let's start with egoistic suicide. Okay? So, sabi niya, too less integration. Okay? So, very easy to understand, di ba, yung itong image. Too less integration yung egoistic suicide. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, wala kang masyadong, how do you call that? Relationship with other people. Okay. With society. Okay. You feel isolated. Ganon. Wala nagmamahal sa'yo basically. Joke. Alright. Ito naman, yung altruistic suicide naman, too much naman yung integration mo. Okay. Yung masyado mong, ang example nito, yung masyado mong mas iniisip mo, okay, yung society, okay, as a whole, kaysa yung sarili mo. Alright. Ito naman, dito sa anomic suicide, okay, too less regulation, okay? So, ibig sabihin dito sa anomic suicide, sabi niya, happens during times of social or economic chaos, okay? Kasi pag sa social or economic chaos, okay, we are not talking on pag regulation, we are not only talking about laws, okay? We are talking about social norms, okay? Yung order, yung structure. Okay? So for example, economic chaos. For example, nawalan ka ng trabaho, 'di ba? Pag wala ka ng trabaho, nawalan ka na ng structure, okay? Nawala na yung order of things, okay? Especially sa structure talaga, yung parang pag may trabaho ka, gigising ka ng maaga, 'di ba? Punta ka sa school, okay? Pero pag nawalan ka ng trabaho nga, wala na lahat 'yon. And then you feel very sad. Syempre kahit sino madidepress noon, right? And then we go to fatalistic suicide. So too much regulation, of course, like yung mga prisoners, 'di ba? Yung marami silang sinusundang mga mga rules, mga rules, for example. Alright? Okay. I think ang mas in ngayon is yung 'di ba yung uso ngayon yung mga nagsusuicide na mga pop artist. Ayoko na yung sabihin kung ano yung mga nationality nila, 'di ba? So it's because yung masyadong strict yung mga regulation para sa kanila kung kanino man galing yon, okay? For example, galing sa manager nila, 'di ba? And then they commit suicide. Alright. Okay? So, back to the question. Bakit ang harakiri ay tinatawag na altruistic suicide? Pinapatay mo lang naman yung sarili mo, 'di ba? Yan. Kasi 'di ba, ang root ng harakiri is pag napahiya ka, 'di ba? If you lose your face, 'di ba? And feeling mo pag if you lose your face, nadadama yung society, okay? Nadadama yung society sa kahihiyan mo, and feeling mo if nawala ka na sa mundo, okay, the society will go back to its normal. Okay, to what is normal, okay, na wala kang nakikita nila na parang symbol of kahihiyan. All right? Okay, so which goes to the next question. Okay. It is the ceremonial or honorable act of belly cutting. Is it harakiri or seppuku? Okay, so ito na nagre-review ako. Yan, ang alam ko lang dati harakiri, 'di ba? And then buti na lang dahil nagre-review ako na-encounter ko din yung seppuku. Okay? So ano yung ceremonial honorable act of belly cutting? Okay, ceremonial, honorable act of belly cutting. Is it harakiri or seppuku? Okay. Mhm. Paki-share naman yung live natin, tsaka paki-tap, tap, tap. Alright. Nadidelay na naman. Mhm. Ano? Alright. Okay, so, dahil nadidelay sa YouTube, guys, basta i-reveal ko lang yung answer, ha? Kasi hindi ko alam kung andyan pa kayo or wala. Alright? Very good TikTok, guys. Yes, lumama kayo. Okay. So let's just move kasi ang delay dapat is 5 seconds. So hindi ko alam kung andyan pa kayo. All right. So yes, it's seppuku. All right. Kasi yung harakiri naman at saka seppuku, they are both belly cutting. Okay? Kasi yung hara means belly and then yung kiri means cutting. Okay? Pero pag sinabi mo ng ceremonial kasi kasama doon yung orasyon, okay, yung how do you call that? Yung orasyon at saka yung nakalimutan ko na yung word. Okay? Uh, lahat na ng kailangan dun sa ceremony kasama na yung belly cutting, okay? And that is seppuku. Okay, it's ceremonial kasi ang origin ng seppuku is ito is part ng code of honor ng mga or the bushido, okay? Yung bushido ng mga samurai, okay? And that is why in Japan pala, ang harakiri is just the act of belly cutting. It does not always mean okay na meron kang how do you call that? Meron kang higher purpose. Okay? It's just the act of belly cutting. Yun lang ang harakiri. Alright? Yes, less formal and sabi nga nila less respectful yung term na harakiri. Alright. Okay. Next, ito naman, yung the most common type of suicide. Alright. According to Emily Durkheim, okay, what is the most common type of suicide according to Emily Durkheim? Is it egoistic or anomic? Okay. Mm-hmm. Is it egoistic or anomic? Wala na talaga yung ano ko. Wala na talaga yung YouTube guys ko. Bakit? Wala ba talaga kayo or mhm. Ayun, lumabas na kayo. Sir Rodolfo, na sobrang delay ba? Mhm. Yes, okay. Sir Rodolfo, pwedeng lumipat muna ikaw sa ano, sa TikTok para ano, and then later na lang tayo bumalik sa ano, para naawa ako sa inyo, eh, sa ano, sa YouTube, naiinis ako dito. Pero ganito talaga, even nung nagre-review ako, talagang delay na delay 'pag sa YouTube or even FB. Okay? Okay. Very good. Yes. So it is egoistic. Okay. So nung na-encounter ko yung question na to, sabi ko, totoo ba? May sinabi ba si Emily Durkheim na ganyan? Na ito yung most common type of suicide. So naghanap-hanap talaga ako. 'Di ba? Sabi ko sa inyo na nagre-review ako, talagang ano, walang tulugan. Kaya gusto ko talaga makita na oh, ito talaga 'yon. All right? Ito talaga yung okay. Yes, Sir Rodolfo. All right. So it is indeed egoistic. Okay. I think naman it goes back to our ano, our nature of as human being, 'di ba? We are social being. Kailangan pa rin natin ng pagmamahal, 'di ba? Yung kalinga, 'di ba? Ay, di ko din alam 'yan. All right. Okay. Ang dami mo naman kasing alam na Mr. Hero, no? So okay lang 'yan, 'di ba? 'Yan. So sabi ko nga, we go back to our nature as human na we are social being. Kailangan pa rin na naman natin yung may nakakausap, 'di ba? So ang alam naman natin ng egoistic is kulang ka ng integration sa society. Okay? Basically, feeling mo walang nagmamahal sa okay? Ang mas nabasa ko pa is mas marami daw nagpapakamatay na unmarried, Okay, yung mga walang anak, yung mga ganon, and mas nabanggit din yung Protestant, okay? So, that is according to Emily Durkheim, mga Protestants, in comparison sa mga Catholic, okay? Yeah. Yan, that is according to Emily Durkheim, okay? And maybe that is applicable noon, okay? But ngayon, hindi na. Okay? I mean, about sa Protestant and Catholicism, alright? Ito, nabalitaan mo po. Yes, nabalitaan ko po yan. Yes. Hindi natin alam, 'di ba? Uh, yes, kasi ang bullying, 'di ba? Being bullied is still a part of two-less integration kasi pag nabully ka, 'di ba? Pag nabully ka, usually nagwi-withdraw ka sa society, 'di ba? Ayaw mo silang kausapin kasi binubully ka, 'di ba? So of course, you will integrate yourself less to the society and the people. All right? Okay, next. Ito naman, number 4. What is the principle enshrined in the 1987 Philippine Constitution that is not found in any other constitution in the world? A. Brotherhood. B. Freedom. C. Peace. And D. Love. All right? Mhm. Ano ang Yes. Ang depression is a result, 'di ba? Result 'yan ng marami namang reason ng depression, pero it could be a result of two-less integration. All right. Yes. Okay, very good. Love. Akalain nyo 'yon, 'di ba? Sabi ko, wow, talaga ba? Pinagkalat ko pa sa friends ko 'to. 'Di ba tayo lang pala ang may love sa ating constitution. All right. So, which brings me to the next question. Okay. Okay, bonus question. Gusto ko 'to, 'di ba? Kasi na-curious din ako eh. Gusto ko talagang hinahanap ko noon, asan 'yun? Asan yung love? 'Di ba? Para sure na pag sinabi kong love talaga yung sagot, meron akong ipapakita sa mga nakikinig sa akin na 'yun ang 'di ba? Para hindi ako mabash. Alright, so in the 1987 Philippine Constitution, the principal love appears in... Ma'am Rosemary, punta po muna tayo sa para hindi tayo nalilate. Punta po muna tayo sa, how do you call that? Dito sa TikTok. Okay? Okay. Okay, Article 1, preamble, and you are so right. Okay. Nasa preamble pala siya. Okay. And in fact, okay, para hindi nyo sabihin, totoo ba talaga, coach? Pakita mo sa amin yung ebidensya. Okay, yung evidence. And here, it's preamble, sabi niya, blah, 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 blah. Truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace. Do ordain and promulgate this constitution. Ay, wala kang TikTok. It's okay. Sige, Ma'am Rosemary. Sorry. Mag-TikTok ka kasi para may additional ako na fan. Alright. Okay, yes. So, usually daw, sa mga other constitution, andun lang yung justice, equality, alright, yung mga ganun, okay? Mapagmahal talaga tayo mga Pinoy, di ba? Minsan sumasobra nga lang. Alright, number 5, in the study of characteristic of culture, what can be said about culture from observation that children absorb habits and values of groups to which they belong? Okay, is it A, culture is compulsory, dapat yan? B, culture is learned? C, culture is subject to change? D, culture is biologically inherited? Yes, right? Okay, so anong sagot nyo dyan? This is very easy. Okay, very good. So, sabi pa lang niya, observation, di ba? So, paano mo, oo naman talaga. Kasi, di ba, how do you learn? Okay, and you learn by observation. So, dun pa lang sasabi niya na from observation, culture is learned. Okay, ito yung laging nako-confusion, yung culture is biologically inherited. Hindi naman, 'di ba? Kasi paano mo for example, ang parents mo ay Amerikano, 'di ba? So yung genes mo is American, okay? Pero lumaki ka dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? So hindi naman pwede na hindi mapapalitan yung mga values mo, yung kung ano yung culture mo, just because kumbaga nai-embed sa genes mo. Okay? So that is implausible, all right? And of course, culture is learned through socialization. All right. Okay. Next, number 6. All right. Go, Ma'am Rosemary. Which kind of knowledge will you prioritize as most significant for dealing with practical challenges and issues in our fourth industrial era? Okay. A, technological knowledge. B, supernatural knowledge. C, magical knowledge. And D, natural knowledge. Okay. This is very easy naman. Okay. Madaling, madaling, madali. Okay. Okay, very good. Nakasagot na rin sa YouTube. Yes. Kasi fourth industrial era, 'di ba? We are high-tech na tayo. So of course technological knowledge. Okay? So ito gas-gas na talaga na lumalabas. Pero gusto kong explain, okay? Kasi ayoko na tinitignan niyo lang yung mga clues, okay? Yung mga words na pwede mong maging clue. Okay? So let's explain kasi sa actual let exam, pwede nilang binabaliktad, okay? Or tatanungin nila kung ano yung alam mo. For example, yung sandugo, 'di ba? Alam natin, blood compact sandugo, 'di ba? Pero hindi natin alam ano yung nangyayari sa sandugo, okay? So let's explain. So ang supernatural knowledge, okay, ang clue talaga doon is yung gods and goddesses, okay? Pero pag sinabi mong supernatural knowledge, okay, pwedeng yun yung kaalaman mo, okay, na related sa gods and goddesses. Okay, so for example, pwede kang seer, 'di ba? Na nakakausap mo yung mga gods and goddesses, 'di ba? O pwede kang medium, 'di ba? 'Yun, pag medium ka, pag seer ka, you have supernatural knowledge. Okay? Alright. Perfect ka talaga. Okay, next. Okay, magical knowledge, okay? Ang clue naman dyan lagi is yung manipulation of the supernatural, okay? So, wag kayong malito. Pag nakita nyo yung manipulation doon, wag kayong mag-supernatural. Kasi yung mga supernatural is yung kinalaman mo about gods and goddesses. Alright? Yung mga ani-anito, okay? Pag minamanipulate mo na yung supernatural is magical knowledge, okay? So, pwede ka nang mag-magic, kunyari, di ba, yung mga, how do you call that? Kunyari, ng mga nagfe-faith healer na, yung mga ganon. Alright? Okay, and of course, yung natural knowledge, alam na natin yan about nature and human experience. Okay, so for example, alam natin na pag wala yung sun, okay, hindi na arawan, mamamatay yung plant. That is nature, okay? Alright. And then, lagi na lang akong, hindi ko alam kung ano nangyayari dito. Lagi na lang ako na ano sa yung visibility. Human experience, okay. Alam natin na, ano ba, human experience. Alam natin na pag minahal mo yung hindi ka mahal, masasaktan ka. 'Di ba? Human experience 'yan. Okay? Ang dami man nakaka-relate diyan. Alright? So, basically, kung ano yung na-observe mo, 'di ba? Na nakikita mo na nangyayari sa hindi lang sa nature but also sa human experience that is natural knowledge. All right, number 7. While the Philippines and the United States elect public officials by voting, what system in the US makes it possible to win the greatest number of individual votes but still lose an election? Okay, A, electoral college count, B, computer tabulation, C, congressional certification of votes, and D, popular vote count. Okay, so gasgas na gasgas to. Yes? Okay. All right. Okay, very good. It is electoral college count. Okay, but I will explain kung paano kung paano yung electoral college count kasi meron yung isang question na lumabas din na related doon. And then if you don't know kung ano yung nangyayari sa electoral college count, malilito ka talaga. All right? So I will explain. All right? So okay, wait. So, mawawala na daw tayo in 5 minutes. So, alright, so pag naputol po dito sa TikTok kasi 1 hour lang dapat dito. Ewan ko kung bakit, 1 hour lang. So, yun na po yun, okay? Alright, so explain ko lang. Yung electoral college count kasi, nagvo-vote pa rin yung mga tao. Okay? Pero hindi nila vino-vote directly yung president at saka vice president. Okay? Nagvo-vote sila nung mga electors. Okay? And who are the electors? Yung mga electors is yung mga Senate at saka yung mga representatives, parang yung House of Representatives, mga congressmen natin dito, di ba? So sila ang vino-vote nila. And then yung mga electors, which I said, composed of two senators, okay? Kasi two senators yung every state in the US has two senators. So nagvo-vote sila ng senators at saka representative who are the electors. And then yung mga electors, sila yung nagvo-vote ng president at saka vice president. So hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin na walang silbi yung popular vote. Okay. And for a president or vice president to win, they need 270 out of 538 electors. Okay. So, ang isa namang question dito, okay, bakit 50 lang naman yung states? So, kung bakit 50 lang naman yung states, bakit umaabot ng 538 electors? Okay, kasi, syempre, depende yun sa laki ng state. Okay, so sa senators, sabi nga natin, 2 senators per state. Okay, ang pinagkakaibahan na lang doon is yung number of representatives. So, mas malaki yung state mo, mas madami yung representatives mo. Thus, umaabot sila ng 538 electors. Alright. Depende sa population, which leads to this question, okay? Na lumalabas din talaga to. And if you don't know how electoral college count works, medyo mapapaisip ka kung ano yung sasagot mo dito. So, what is one disadvantage faced by smaller states in the US electoral college system? A, they have fewer electoral votes, which lessens their influence in nationwide elections. B, they have too many electors, making it hard to organize voting. C, they control more electors than large states, leading to unequal power. D, they are not allowed to vote in presidential elections. Alright? Ay, nako. Hindi ko alam kung bakit rine-restrict na ako ni TikTok. Nawawala tuloy tayo. Alright? Ano yung sagot nyo dito? Or wala na? Nawala na ba ako totally? Wala na ako nakikitang sumasagot. Ano yung sagot nyo? Bakit puro na lang like? Wala na ba? Hindi na ba kayo makasagot? Hindi na ba kayo makasagot? Ano yung... Alright, okay. Bakit may... Okay. Okay, ang sagot dyan ay letter A. Kasi ang tinatanong dyan ay smaller states, di ba? So, ang smaller states, meaning, fewer electoral votes sila, di ba? Kasi nga, fewer yung representatives nila. Yung C, they control more electors than larger states. Baliktad po. Okay? Mas maraming electors sa larger states. Alright? Okay. Next. Ito naman, lumabas talaga to. Which is the Queen City of the South with historical landmarks, temples, and religious sites, dolphin and whale watching? Letter A, Cebu. B, Davao. Letter C, Iloilo. And D, Zamboanga. Okay. Alright, bumibilis na si Ma'am Rosemary sa YouTube. Okay. Okay, very good. Yes, so the answer is Cebu. Okay, so linagay ko na dyan. Okay, hindi ko na babasahin. Pag pinost ko tong video, yung part naman hanggang 10. Pag pinost ko yung video, basahin nyo na lang. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why siya yung Queen City of the South. Alright, but gusto ko lang ma-reiterate, okay? Yung birthplace of Christianity is, pag birthplace ang hinahanap, Limasawa. Pag cradle of Christianity, it's Cebu. Alright? Okay. Yes, it's okay. Alright? Nobody's perfect naman, diba? Galing mo naman Okay, ito naman, King City of the South. King City of the South. That is why, di ba, napaka-importante talaga na malaman yung concept. Okay? Hindi yung memorize mo, automatic electoral vote yan. Kasi, ganun nga, na biglang iba pala yung itatanong next time. King City of the South. Alright? Ito na naman po yung social science tsaka social studies na ano kanina. Social science, okay, sabihin na lang natin yung social studies, yun yung inaaral natin sa school. Okay? Usually sa ano yan sa high school nung time ko. Alright? Yung social science, it's a field of study kasama na yung sociology, anthropology, political science. Alright? Mas in-depth siya. Alright? And of course, it's Davao. Okay? So, i-memorize nyo na rin to ha. Ang Davao is also crown jewel of Mindanao. Okay? So, hindi lang siya King City of the South. It's crown jewel of Mindanao. Since it's the largest city in southern Philippines. Okay. Marami naman talagang reason kung bakit siya King City, 'di ba? Largest city na nga siya. Okay, ito pa yung leading regional center diyan sa southern Mindanao. All right? Okay. Bago mawala yung mga sa TikTok, okay? For example, ano ko lang ha, nung September, nung SPLE 2025, ang tinanong lang sa major is kung sino yung sumulat sa 95 thesis. Alright? Kung sino yung sumulat sa 95 thesis. So, at least we were, lucky kami kasi yun yung tinanong. Okay, di ba? So, alam namin si Karl Marx. Pero ngayong September 2025, ang tinanong is, ano yung hindi sinadya na mangyari nung sinulat ni Karl Marx yung 95 thesis, 'di ba? So that proves na wag lang tayo magpakampante na alam natin na yung mga facts and yung mga ganon. So it pays also na magbasa ng kahit konti. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na yung mag-in-depth tayo, pero 'di ba? At least malaman natin yung ikot, okay? Yung ikot ng isang concept. All right? Okay, number 9. What did some political leaders propose as the way for the Philippines to be fully assimilated by the United States in the early 1900s? A. U.S. statehood, B. U.S. free trade, C. U.S. grant of independence, and D. U.S. mutual defense treaty. Ito yung nagre-review ako, hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit iba-iba yung sagot dito. Alright? Oh yes, Martin Luther. Karl Marx na naman yung sinabi ko, no? Karl Marx na naman yung sinabi ko. Okay. Yes, si Martin Luther. Sorry. 95 Thesis, Martin Luther. Yes. Pinagpapalit ko lagi si Karl Marx. Alright. Of course. Yes. Very good. Tama yung unang instinct ko. Alright. Okay. So, it is U.S. statehood. Kasi, yung tanong pa lang na fully assimilated. Ano ba yung meaning ng fully assimilated? Meaning, ma-absorb tayo ng US. Diba? Sabi niya, fully assimilated by the US. Paano tayo ma-absorb? Hindi naman US free trade, diba? Trade lang yan. Meron na tayong free trade noon, diba? Full trade pa nga partial trade. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na inassimilate na tayo ng US, okay? Yung US grant of independence, kabaliktaran naman yan, okay? Hindi na tayo ma-assimilate, magiging na nga natin yung ating independence, right? And US Mutual Defense Treaty, it is just a treaty or it's a like agreement that we protect each other. And until now, meron tayong mutual defense treaty, but it doesn't mean na we are fully assimilated. All right? So the only way na we can be fully assimilated is magiging state tayo. Okay, we could be the 50th state. And totoo talaga to, nabasa ko, may mga Filipino politicians na mga pro US noon nung Spain ceded Philippines to the US, is propose nila na magiging state tayo. Alright? But hindi natuloy for so many reasons. Alright? Okay, number 10. Which of the following is the first priority needed by every country, most especially for poor economies? Ito, nagkakatalo din to. Okay, A, food, B, educational facilities, C, health services, and D, housing. Okay? Ito din yung question na may mga nagkakatalo din. Alright? Kumusta ka, Ma'am Rosemary? Of course. Okay? Painom lang ako ng konti. Parang na-dry na talaga yung... Okay. Okay, of course. Okay, so hindi na natin antayin si Ma'am Rosemary kasi baka nawala na naman siya. Of course, food. Okay? Nagkakaano kasi dun sa education, 'di ba? Kahit education pa 'yan. Okay, hindi naman pwedeng, sabi nga nila, hindi ka makakapag-aral, hindi ka makakapag-concentrate pag kumakalam ang sikmura. And also, sa kay Maslow pa lang, 'di ba? Kay Maslow pa lang. Okay, is basic talaga natin yung food. Okay, ang matanong ko naman dito sa food, okay, under Abraham Maslow, ano yung food is belongs to what needs? Okay, what needs? Is it ano, safety needs, ano? Okay. Yung gustong mag-enroll sa ano social science major, i-PM niyo lang ako, and then later pag natapos ko tong discussion ko with the enrollees, magre-reply po agad ako. Okay, ang galing-galing nyo. Yes, it's physiological needs. Okay? So, hindi talaga pwedeng pumunta ka sa school or inuuna mo yung pag-aaral mo kung wala kang makain. Alright? That's the fuel of the body. Okay? Alright, so I think this will be the ano for the free ano. Okay, this will be the last. Okay, what kind of penalty based on RA 9165 shall be imposed to anyone who commits unlawful prescription of dangerous drugs? A. Death penalty. B. Imprisonment of 20 to 30 years. C. Fine of 100,000, and D. Life imprisonment to death. Alright. See you, Hennessy. See you. Okay, so anong sagot nyo dito? Nawala na ata si Ma'am Rosemary. Okay, Hennessy, punta ka na dun sa ano, YouTube. Okay, may sunagot ng B. Alright. So, ang sagot niyan dito ay D, life imprisonment to death. Okay, so this is Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002, RA 9165. And, of course, para maniwala kayo sa akin, hinanap ko talaga siya. Okay, so 'di ba? Hindi pwedeng ano lang, kopya-kopya lang ako. So, hinanap ko siya, nasa section 19, alright? Unlawful prescription of dangerous drugs, okay? Life imprisonment of death and a fine, hindi or, and a fine ranging from 500,000 pesos to 10 million pesos. Okay? So, yan, matindi, okay? Pero mas matindi sana pag ano, pag automatic death, alright? Okay. Eto naman. Okay, bonus question. Okay, sige, bigay ko na tong bonus question sa ano, nandito sa TikTok, okay? According to Republic Act number 9165, also known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Okay, so inuulit-ulit ko yung mga info, 'di ba? Kasi nakakatulong din for retention. Which of the following is not classified as a dangerous drug? A, yun na yun. B, yun na yun. Basahin nyo kasi baka ma-block ako dito. Letter C, yun na yun. At saka letter D, muscle relaxant. Alright? Yes, yes. Sumahabol. Very good. Go, go, go. YouTube. Okay, of course. Of course. Yes, ang sagot dyan ay muscle relaxant. Okay. Kasi baka may mahilo pa sa morphine. Kasi sabi nila ang morphine naman, legal naman siya, 'di ba? So, ang dangerous drug, sakop niya yung legal at saka illegal. Okay? Ang morphine kasi is highly regulated siya. Okay? It's still a dangerous drug kasi kapag kumawala yan, 'di ba? It is very highly addictive. Okay? So, wag niyo kalimutan yung dangerous drug is not synonymous to illegal drug. Okay? Ang illegal drug is under dangerous drug. Okay? Kasi dangerous drugs, marami yan. Illegal drugs, mga regulated drugs, mga ganyan. Alright? Okay, so TikTok, salamat sa pagsama sa akin and salamat sa 3.9k na love. Okay? So sana mag-enroll kayo. It's just 249 almost 6 months na nga na review yon, okay? And very naman ako very generous ako sa time, sa mga pa-bonus questions, okay? So it will be worth it, okay? All right. Thank you, Mr. Hiron. Also, I parang ang sarap mong kausap kasi marami kang alam. Okay? So, sana nakaka-join ka all the time. Alright? Okay. So, sa Wednesday ulit. And bye-bye! Bye-bye, guys! Okay. Alright. So, we go now to Alright, ito. Of the following, how can we connect language and culture? Okay, A, norms are transmitted through language. B, language is an integral part of culture. C, culture language hampers perception. D, culture opposes linguistic diversity to cultural identity. Okay, apat tayo dito. Bakit? Bakit di sumasagot yung isa? Mhm. Akala ko delay na naman ako. Nagbababay pa lang si coach, may 12 na.